Like me walking. That's the worst one ever. Oh, what a good run. I mean, that was better.
Why are we doing this? You're think I'm crazy.
Just beat him. Beat him. I gotta test the durability. Harder. Harder. Go fat. Hard. Yeah. 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 Oh, that was good. That's a
What's going on, beer leaguers? Justin, aka Boomer Beer League Bum Hockey Reviews. So I have been out testing the new AS5 or ASV, sounds so much cooler with the V, I don't know why, protective gear over the last week or so. Played a bunch of scrimmages, league games, all sorts of stuff. Really kind of put this through the ringer, and I'm going to have a bunch of reviews for you guys for everything coming out over the coming weeks. But I wanted to start with shin guards because me personally, I never change my shin guards. I always keep the same ones. I've kept actually the 2X Pros for a really long time, so I'm looking forward to the Hyper Lights that are coming out, and hopefully they're an upgrade on this because I did struggle with these. So with that being said, here is my challenge, guys. At the end of the day, protective is probably the most subjective parts of equipment that us beer leaguers can use because it's all about fitment, body shape, how it feels, shape of the actual gear, what you're trying to accomplish with it. So it's going to be a challenge to provide a review for this without, say, crapping on a feature that just doesn't work for me. So what I'm going to try and do is provide the best features of each individual protective piece of gear, what I didn't like, who I think this gear would be good for, and maybe who it's aimed at, and then the features that would work for that. I'm not going to say that it's good or not good because generally speaking, top of the line protective gear is going to be good in terms of what it's protecting. It's the nuances and nitpicks that kind of suck. So without further ado, here is the AS5 shin guard review.
All right, guys, so when it comes to shin guards, obviously protection is paramount. Despite my wife's horrific attempt at trying to slash me, which was not indicative of real gameplay, the AS5 shin guards are extremely protective. I'm wearing a 2X Pro, which is my current shin guard, mostly for mobility and just, the agility aspect of the game. I like how small it is. But in terms of overall protection, I have rheumatoid arthritis, for those who know that, and my knees are very sore all the time. And if I land on the 2X Pro on my shin, come down on the ice like that, it hurts, and I usually feel it for the rest of the game. I did that with the AS5 shin guard and did not feel a single thing. So these shin guards are way more protective than the as-vpro line. And overall, I'm extremely impressed just with how much protection you really have. Calf wrap protection is better than my 2X Pro, which is just one shin guard, obviously, but it's extremely solid back here. I actually took a puck off of here on a shot that I turned around on. Really nice protection here, especially in comparison to the 2X Pro. There's just not as much here, and obviously with the wing on this one is of course much better. The overall padding inside, I'll quickly just do that. The overall padding inside is just way more impact resistant, so all of this inside is just better than the 2X Pro and really any other shin guard that I've used. So I had no problems blocking a shot, taking a slash, etc. with this shin guard. After wearing these for about 4 games now, these are definitely the defenseman style or, shot blocker or, somebody that's worried about getting injured in the lower body. These types of shin guards are perfect for that. You are pretty much bulletproof from the knee down. With protection though, guys, you always have a downside, and that is going to be the size of these. The end of the day, these are very large in comparison to this. From a side-to-side comparison, you can see that they're thicker here. They stick out more here, especially here. And overall, they are just a bigger shin guard, and that's where the protection comes from. So from a mobility standpoint, which I'll get into next, it does compromise that for protection. Just kidding, guys. I don't actually work out in my shin guards. But I could do some agility work, so I guess they're not that immobile. But the first thing I noticed for mobility when I had both of these in comparison with my skates, I'm not going to do them up, but the one thing is I am a tongues in person, and because of the size of this area right here, it's much different. You can see how much difference there is in terms of how close my tongue is to how not on the AS5. So that was something I noticed, that my forward mobility was actually impaired a little bit because of how big the shin guard is right here. As well, when I was doing crossovers, etc., I did notice that I was hitting myself a little bit more. It just kind of comes with the territory of larger shin guards. So the mobility is changed. As well, these right here, an overall kneecap with your pant over top of it, rubs a lot and does cause some friction issues and catching and stuff on here. So you're gonna need really tight socks just to make sure that this all stays in place, because it was causing me a little bit of challenges when my pant was getting caught in here and those types of things. So mobility, because they are a larger overall shin guard with the kneecaps in comparison, you will notice right away that you're just not quite as agile. Maybe you clip different areas of your equipment once in a while, your pants catch things, stuff like that. All right, guys, I said that fit, etc. was going to be subjective, and I wasn't going to crap on anything on these AS5 pieces of protective equipment, but this is the downgrade on the AS5, and it's actually the strapping system. So the reason that the strapping system, in my opinion, isn't good is because of just this one strap in comparison to how the 2X Pro is split here and gives you some actual anchor points from both of these sections, whereas the AS5 is only anchoring from right here. So when you put this on and you do the first strap here, this only has anchor right here. And I was pretty unimpressed with how it would wrap and only hold there. And the second problem with the strapping system is this strap is completely rigid. And because it's so rigid, you can't get any torque or tension on the actual shin guard. So in comparison with the 2X Pro, this has some stretch to it. And because of that, you could end up getting tension without any issues in terms of rubbing and stuff. So as well, the 2X Pro strap has the very nice protective, it's very soft. And you never notice this. The first thing I noticed with the AS5 with this strap is it was rubbing on the back of my leg and how little tension this could have and how annoying it got by the end of the game. So unfortunately, the strapping system of this is going to be noticeable for somebody right away because of lack of anchor points and the amount of tension that you can get with this strap. And then unfortunately, because of that, is what happened in the game is this wasn't anchored very well and I fell and my shin guard ended up just twisting like this. And because I'd wrapped this stuff out of it with tape and made sure that my sock was super tight, I could not get it back during the game. So one of the kind of downfalls to the AS5.
So guys, when it comes to any type of hockey gear, I don't like to talk about tech or features or selling and marketing points that say CCM would bring. I always like to just give you real world experience, and I hope that helped. In the summary, let's just go over a few final things to help you pick your shin guards moving forward.
All right, guys, if you watched my Hyperlight video for skates a while back, the one thing that I did like to do is features and nitpicks to finish off the review. That's what I'll be doing with the protective. So I kind of just went over the strapping system, and for me, it's probably the largest nitpick. And of course, the overall bulkiness of this shin guard. Now, I understand that it's built for protection and it's probably built for, let's say, a more immobile player that doesn't rely so much on agility and speed, but more of a defensive, shot blocking, protective type player that requires this kind of protection. So generally not my style. So unfortunately, this won't be my gamer, but the good news for you guys is as soon as we get to 1,000 subs, I'll be giving these away. So, you know, if you're that type of guy, that will work for you. So the Nitpicks, really quick, were the strapping system. For me, I just didn't like it in regards to my 2X Pros. This needed a better anchor point, and honestly, this lacking any type of flexibility kind of made it for me a little bit of a loss, and that's something that unfortunately they may have to improve on. Those were my two big nitpicks, and my second one was how large this is right here. Instead of being more tapered down, it coming out caused me mobility issues on my skate. So those were my nitpicks for the CCM AS5. And then my features, which I really did like, was it has a tape groove here, which I thought was kind of cool, you know, just a little bit of added there. And of course the protection overall, just the amount of protection inside of this shin guard off to the side, the foams, you know, all these extra pads is really cool, and I got to give them credit for designing such a nice, comfortable shin guard that offers a lot of protection. It does come with the bulkiness. So overall, guys, I'm generally impressed with these shin guards. Those are the fits, the features, the nitpicks, how I feel that it goes. If that feels like it's your type of shin guard, great. If you're the type of guy like me that has the 2X Pro, you know, that very tapered, you know, low profile, less protective shin guard, then go with that. But I'm hoping that that helped, guys, because at the end of the day, they are top-end shin guards, and they do rock with what they need to do. It's just about a subjective fit for you and your game. Thanks for watching, guys, and look forward to all the AS5 videos coming out in the next couple weeks.